What's your favorite artist that you're listening to right now, or like a special artist that you listen to while you're shaping?
Yellow Man.
Will you see if this rhythm you have a patch? Yellow Man made it. Will you see if Tommy made it?
My name's Tommy. I'm 20 years old. I live in San Clemente, California, and I shape for work.
Say if you have a paper, you must have a pen. And if you have a start, you must have a end. Say 5 plus 5, it equal to 10. And if you have both, you put them in a pen. And if you have a rooster, you must have a hen. Now, zungo, 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 zen.
I would say like one of my biggest inspirations, probably Joel Tudor, you know, like I think 11 or 12. I was at Malibu doing this coalition contest, and I just watched him surfing this perfect freight train of a right all the way to the beach. Just so perfect backside. Yeah, like obviously everybody wants to surf like Joel, you know, just smooth and super clean and critical. So I guess I would say, yeah, I like try to surf smooth and link things up like him. Like he weaves his wave like poetry, you know, like the end of his wave and the beginning of his wave like match, you know, it's like part of the same song. The first board I ever shaped was a 410. I think it had 5 fins, quad fins with a single fin box, but it was like a 410, huge, chunky, good old like squashy round tail, just like a big old oval on my tail, or half moon. And rode it as like a quad and a single fin, and yeah, it was like the most fun board I've probably ever had. I think I've like when I first started shaping, I was like, this looks right. I think this will surf good. I think like this is what a longboard's supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to feel like. And recently in like the last 30 boards, I've been like, oh, like that curve's not supposed to be there, and like those numbers aren't supposed to be there, and it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be a quarter inch less tail rocker 26 inches up from the tail, or like messing with how far up my tail rocker starts and where like how steep my entry rocker is, and like figuring out like where I want to start this tail rocker curve is like really important, and like how far I want to pull in this tuck rail is really important. There's a lot of things I just figured out from like trial and error. So I think like now there's like theory into my boards, which is cool. Definitely self-taught, but I for sure have some influences, and like there was like 1 or 2 times where I'd like have some help from someone. What really kind of started it was when I was 9 or 10. I watched my oldest brother shape a board in our garage with his buddy Barrett Miller, who actually makes some really good boards now. He's a big inspiration. It's been cool to watch him make a bunch of boards. And my godfather, Tim Walker, has been shaping boards in San Juan for a long time, probably like 20, 30 years. But so he showed my oldest brother how to shape. I watched him showing my oldest brother how to shape, and I was like, that's super cool, I want to do it. So I did it. My godfather like helped me. He brought all the tools over, and I shaped that 410 quad fin with that single box. And I think I did it mostly myself, but I would have had no idea what to do without him like being like, all right, take that off, leave that there, do this. Like he showed me how to use Shape 3D, print out a template, throw it on the board. So from boards 4 to 78, or 4 to 178, which is what I'm at now, I haven't had any help with any of my boards. So when I was about 14, I was like, I probably shaped 15 to 20 boards, and I was like, oh, I really want to get some more advice or like learn the proper way to do it. So I think I was like talking to Nick Melanson. He's like, oh, come by, I'll help you shape a board. So I don't know if he bought the blank or I did, maybe he did. So it's like a stringer he would order. So I just, my dad dropped me off at his house, and after about 3 sessions, on the 3rd one, we finished her and made I think it's 7.2 or 7.0 single fin. Was like, when we made this thing, I was like, dude, I need a big wave board. I just want to charge some bombs. And I made the board, never surfed it. I think I just was like off put by it being a single fin. I'm like, dude, if I'm gonna go get some bombs, I do not want to be on a single fin, which is what I was thinking when I was younger. But now I'd be like, oh, this thing would be sick. But there's been a couple times I wanted to take it, like went to Hawaii in January and wanted to take it there, but I was too nervous. Just leave it in the house, let it sit on the wall. But cool techniques, you know, showed me how to hold a planer properly. And yeah, cool dude. Thank you, Nick. Funny enough, this one has to be one of my favorites just because I got like the sickest waves of my life on it. I brought this thing to the North Shore in January. Obviously, you can see the Burning Spears influence, have to say it. Can't not say it. Burning Spears, legendary. I remember actually my first wave, I was like, oh, this thing feels weird. And then I think I got a second wave and I put my foot further back and I came like really high up and I just went, and I was like, oh, it felt so good. I just like, must have put my foot right in the sweet spot in between those fins. And it just felt so much control. And I was just so psyched. The go-to meal before a surf session, 2 pieces of toast. I'd put them in the toaster, put 2 eggs on the pan, flip them. Leave it a little runny inside, dice up an avocado, throw it on the 2 pieces of bread, and then throw the 2 eggs on there and just have a little breakfast sandwich.
That's money.
Probably my go-to. A little avocado, egg, bread, breakfast sandwich.
Belligerent goons run Manchester schools. Spineless swine, cemented lines. So is the troops jealous of you. Same old suit since 1962. Does the military 2-step down the nape of my neck? I wanna go home. I don't want to stay. Give up education is a bad mistake. Midweek on the playing fields, surf watch you on the knees you in the groin, elbow in the face.
9.4, 22 7/8, 2 5/8 is what I'm gonna guess. And I think that's pretty spot on. I think the tail's 16.5, 12 inches up, and the nose is 17.5. It should be an inch wider in the nose. I like For most of my boards, I like to go an inch wider in the nose. That yellow one's a little narrower, but I usually go like inch, or the nose is an inch wider than the tail, and that like leaves a pretty balanced outline for me. Yeah, but this thing feels super good. I just, like 2 years ago, or like the last 2-ish years, I've been bringing boards that I've made to Matt Calvani, who shapes for Bing, because I really like the boards I've been riding, and I was like, Matt, like, you want to make me something similar? I really want to like ride for Bing, but I'm really psyched on the boards I'm making myself. So I had him like make me a couple custom boards, and then we like finally decided we were gonna actually like work on a model. So this is version 1. Feels pretty good. I'll probably grab a 9.6 next time. It's a 9.4 right now. Kind of want to add a little tail rocker, but push the tail rocker further back. With this tail rocker further up, it kind of starts to lift early, and I want the curve a little closer to the tail, so like when I really want to turn, I have to step back on the tail, because I've been making my boards with the curve far back for so long. When I turn, I really have to step on the tail, and I'm like so used to that, I like it now. So I'm gonna like have Matt push the tail rocker a little further back, push the V up a little bit, because the V is kind of like, right, like stops about like right here. I like that feeling, just a little more forward of that control and that like teeter of left and right. This thing lifts, but I fully have to kick it and like set it up. I can't, like, if I'm on a steep wave and really on top, I can just paddle and just run to the nose, but I usually have to like really work it, set it up, and like I have to put it in the spot I want it to be. There's a lot of boards over here that have a lot of tail and just set themselves up by themselves. This one you kind of have to, you got to work for it, which makes it look better because it forces you to surf in a more critical spot. But I like an easy to surf board. This thing is definitely got to push her around, which is good for some days. I want to say style, but like I think not over surfing, control. I don't want to tell people to be like self-conscious about their surfing, because I'm super self-conscious about my surfing. Like I'll do something, I'll have a wave that like was super fun and was like, looks good to surf, like a couple big nose rides and some turns, but I'm just like, oh, my arms were a little high up. It just like, I wasn't in control the whole time. So I don't want everyone to be like nitpicking over their surfing, but how some kids can improve their surfing these days, maybe just slowing it down, you know, not trying to force things into the wave, just like doing what the wave shows you it wants from you. And it's like a relationship almost, like the wave shows you something and you provide it, and like you make this perfect concoction of thing from like wave and human and board, and it like turns into this piece of art. But I want to ride some really big waves, and that's a goal of mine. Surf some big waves, go really fast, have a lot of fun surfing, do whatever I can to keep surfing every day for the rest of my life. Keep making boards. I'm gonna have another probably 60 years of making boards lined up. So another 10,000 hand shapes to go.